Hello, Antonio. As you know, like this is the ESN Culture Month, and we are going to make an interview with you about cultural exchange. First of all, can you introduce yourself?
Hello. I'm Antonio. I'm from Italy, and I study in Politecnico di Milano, food engineering. So I'm here for my Erasmus experience, of course. And I'm actually from the south of Italy, which I think it's relevant when we talk about mainly the differences and the similarities in culture between Italy and Turkey. So that's me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. The first question is like, can you first mention about the Italy's culture? It's
Okay. Yes, of course. I think that the first thing when we talk about Italy is related to tradition, probably. And in every field, like we can talk about food, which is very like traditional and it's sacred for us. And we can also talk about nature, art, history. Like I think that Italy is really good from that point of view. Like you can have a taste of the ancient world mixed with the modern one if you visit the different parts of Italy. And I think it's also relevant to say that like our culture is very regional. We have 20 regions in Italy, so each one of them is very different, and you can see mainly the differences from north and south, and that we still have some troubles sometimes, but we generally get along. So like defining the culture is not so easy. You should actually come and see the different parts that we have. So feel free.
I would love to.
You're welcome whenever you want.
You mentioned very good things about Italy, and I really agree with you. Like you guys are the one of the most best countries who preserve their culture and show it to the next generations.
Yes, we care a lot about this.
Tourism, all this. So my second question is like, what did you notice about the Turkish culture? Like you live in Ankara right now, and I would then want you to count the three differences between the Italy's culture and the Turkish culture.
Okay. Actually, I was initially expecting something very different, like from where I come from. Yes, my idea was to find something crazy different, which is actually not so different. Especially if we compare, as I was telling you, the south of Italy from where I come from, which is like in the way of being, hospitality, the way of relationships between people. Also, I noticed the tone of voice, which is here is very loud, it's crowded, and it's like feels like home for me because I come from a very similar culture. Of course, I noticed some differences. I can tell you the first one for me was the shoes, that the fact that you have to remove your shoes when you enter somewhere like in a house, that was like uh I need to take an habit for that, because for us it's not like this. You can keep your shoes or just remove them when you get to your room. I mean, it's really up to you. We don't have that, and I understood that here is very strict. Another one is related to food, and it's the breakfast, of course, because here the breakfast is like a whole thing. It's very fancy, full of meals. It's very good, actually. I like it. And on the contrary, our breakfast is poor, I can say. We just go for like a coffee or some sweets, and that's it, like 5 minutes standing in a bar generally. So we don't dedicate that much time. And I don't know, I don't recall that many differences from where I come from. Probably another one, I don't know if you know about this, but for us, the restaurants like have very specific timing. For example, you can eat from 12 to 2 p.m. and then they close all the afternoon, and then they reopen at 7 or 8. And then here I noticed that you can pretty much eat whenever you want. Like if the restaurant is open, it's always open and you can go and eat. So this is another small cultural difference. But then after all, I think we're pretty similar in culture.
You know, you mentioned the three pinpoints of the differences. I really enjoyed it and I really liked it because I live in Cyprus and it's the same differences. Like we are like
Oh,
Italian culture, and that was the things I noticed when I was living in Ankara.
oh, so you had to habit for
Yes,
those.
yes, yes, yes.
You had to get
Especially
used to
about the
that.
working times, for example, yes, they work for longer hours, but in the Mediterranean coasts, for example, people don't work. They like-
Yes, that's true. We have this.
And the third question was like, which culture would you like to explore next?
Okay, okay. Honestly, I can tell you that I've been a bit all over Europe since I'm from there. So this, like for example, Turkey is in between what can be like a Middle Eastern or Eastern culture and Eastern one. But still, I'm missing two, like the Asian cultures, which I would like to see in South Korea. Like I'm very attracted, I'm curious about that. And also, I'm very fascinated about the South America, the culture that they have there should be like really interesting. I've always seen like movies and stuff, documentaries, but I'm very curious to go. So yes, I would say that this every country, probably Mexico in South America and South Korea in Asia, but I can say that any country in these two parts of the world can be good for me in understanding the differences in culture. So that's it, basically.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Antonio. This was the end of our interview.
Thank you. Thank you very much.